Hey, this is Jim. Jim. Oh, that's great. This is Jim, the Keys bartender. Here with Papa Joe and Jenna and Damon, and they're all sitting over there. World's best cunt.
Where we come up with those names?
I know. Well, Jenna was just talking about a girl working at a pharmacy at Walgreens, and she didn't know cursive, and she had to. She was filling out on a. Jenna, what was she filling that out on?
That she was tracing it or something?
Tracing it?
No, it's a young girl, right? Like an 18 or 19-year-old girl.
Out on, yeah.
Well, it was on top of like a birthday cake, but it was like something that somebody was going to give to the world's best aunt. But she didn't know cursive because they don't teach that in school anymore. So she tried
that's
to
a
make
secret
the
language
A.
now. It's great.
It
Right. She tried to make the A and did not connect the top of the A all the way around to the base of the A. So she made like a little circle, and it just made it look like a big C.
Why would you? I mean, obviously, why would you teach cursive with texting and all that stuff? I understand.
I don't know. I write in cursive all
There's
the time.
other things to do. It's like, why teach if you're doing navigating?
Why teach how to write?
Yeah. What?
Why teach how to write? It's a discipline.
No, I understand. I'm just saying the time you have to teach certain things, they're thinking, well, we don't have that extra time, so we don't teach cursive. We don't teach, like I used to spend all the fucking time how to get, grading you on how you make your fucking capital A and your small a. And my handwriting is atrocious. But I kept on doing it, and I get barely, when I try really hard, I'm moderately readable.
But you know what? It's going to be the same thing.
But it doesn't affect the quality of my writing.
As things evolve and people get lazy, I think that's where you take the artistic piece of it out. Because, like, think about calligraphy. How many people know how to write calligraphy?
My brother does.
Right? And
my brother does really good
pens.
He also does. My brother also knows macrame. He learned macrame back in the late 70s, and he was making pot holders.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we'd sell them for like $50. My brother, and he'd fill out invitations for people. He would make money doing this shit.
Right.
He'd say, macrame. He'd go. My brother fucking do it. He's the one that's the he's the assistant director of the Social Security Administration right now. It's like equal to a 3-star general.
Right.
His government rank.
Right.
He's way up there, like what a colonel would be, or general. Do they have generals in the troopers? No. How high do you go up?
Colonel.
Well, he's way up there. He's right under director. He's right under congressional approval. But when he was in high school, or when he was a freshman in high school in 8th grade and stuff like that, he used to make macrame potholders and shit like that. And he was just holy.
Like I can
shit.
crochet.
Yeah.
Most people my age and younger have no idea how to crochet or knit, for that matter, or darn.
Mm-hmm.
Darn.
Right, darn.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you darn with yarn?
You darn with thread.
I used to sew my insignias on my uniform, and I did it half-assed, but I did it from behind.
Right.
So you couldn't see
Right.
the seams, but it was so
Called a hidden
shitty.
stitch. So when we first got patches on our uniforms, this is 1986.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a shirt without a patch. You were expected to sew it on yourself. We didn't have the money to take it to a seamstress and have it done. That might cost you $5.
Right.
Do they have that shit that you iron on now?
No, on our uniform, on the highway patrol uniforms, God, I hope you don't iron them on. That would be an atrocity.
Well, the other thing is that even if you ironed them
on,
on, you would have to
uniform.
somehow stitch them as well, because you put them in the dryer, the iron will fall off. The iron-on will fall
they'll
off.
unravel. It gets all
Well, how about the
crappy.
patches they put on jeans? and
Yeah,
shit
but
like that?
you put them in the dryer too long, they'll come off. They start
really?
peeling off.
Yeah, plus we
Yeah.
dry clean.
Hey, I never did it. I didn't do it that. But listen, did you have core frame shoes?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, there you go. That's a hack.
Have to have the hat, the corafram, the patent leather belt, everything that makes you stand out and shiny.
No, but the core frame used to be leather, and you used to have to really fucking polish those suckers.
Oh, were they called corafram when they were real leather?
No,
corafram is a material. It's a
The
synthetic
material. I was
are they hot.
when I went in the Navy, they issued the leather shoes, and you had to really fucking buff them out. But they allowed you to buy the option to buy the core frame would suck because all you had to do was protect them because you use them for drill and you wouldn't want to fucking get a scratch. And I used to bring an extra pair of shoes and I'd just wear them for drill and I'd take them, put them in a bag, wrap them in soft material and
Pledge
shit like
them.
that.
Lots of pledge.
And then I had and polishing shoes. What are these assholes and officers and gentlemen? You don't know how to fucking polish a shoe? Well, you heat it up, too. You can just light it with a lighter.
That's the easy way to do it, but lots of spit, lots of swirl.
I used to do, it was easy to polish a shoe up. No problem. You just have the right rags and all that stuff.
They still have those little shoe polishing little stations at some of the...
At the airport?
Oh, yeah.
They're all in the airport.
Yeah.
They used to have them in train stations, too.
Cool.
Just right before you get to the glory holes. We're talking about glory holes. Yeah.
Glory holes. Like porkies.
Glory holes, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I was saying,
What's this penis doing here?
Is that I was thinking that it's going to be...
I'm sorry. I got a wide stance. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. I have no idea why I said that. I'm sorry.
It's going to be one of those things where the only time that youngsters know what cursive looks like is when they have to choose their signature on a DocuSign.
Oh, fuck. With a DocuSign?
Do they print their names?
Mine looks like fucking Klingon when I'm writing.
Yeah.
Like an intergalactic alphabet.
Right?
Oh, my God.
It's like shapes and dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Rorschach symbol.
Yeah. Maybe, do you speak Klingon?
I know it's like a lot of hard consonants like Iktar Bosch. Right? That means we're making love. Or them Klingon.
It's actually a written language.
No, I never written language, yeah.
It is a written language.
Well, yeah, there's some
Well,
asshole.
Right.
There's some asshole that wrote Elven language from Lord.
Yep.
There's people that translated that and said,
Yeah.
well, that's a real language now.
And
J.R. Tolkien.
there's also another
oh,
one.
And I want to
Game of Thrones.
I have to make when we're talking Game of Thrones or something like that.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is the dragon
I
language.
referenced Tolkien in Game of Thrones.
I'm not sure who that one is. I only watched like the first couple of episodes.
Okay, that's R.R. something. The guy who wrote Game of Thrones is someone else. No, Tolkien did Lord of the Rings. Oh, this is why this is why none of you guys. I'm saying it. I go, what the fuck? Why didn't anybody call me out? And none of the listeners fucking called me out. You guys got to call me out when I say some stupid shit.
I didn't know what it
Not
was.
you. I'm talking to the listeners. I'm yelling at you.
Yeah.
I'm yelling at you. Yeah, you know who you are.
Martin,
hey, put down that bottle of Jergens lotion.
George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin. Like J.R.R. Tolkien. What the fuck is people with fantasy they can do it?
Use your
have
real
to have extra.
name for
I mean, I'm
fuck's
James
sake.
Peter Patrick Horan. I don't do JPPH. JPP Horan.
My publisher
PP.
asked me
Yeah,
1,000 times.
Peter Patrick.
Hey,
You have two middle names?
Well,
you have two
Catholic.
middle names?
Catholic, right?
Well, yeah.
We always use the Irish use
I was going to say that.
their James, Mary, Catherine Gallagher.
But when you got confirmed is when you got your second middle name.
Yeah.
Right?
When you're baptized is when you get your first name, middle name.
So your name would have been
James Horan.
James.
And then when you're baptized, it was James Peter Horan.
Peter, and
then
then
it was
when
James Peter Patrick Horan.
right upon
And
confirmation.
the third.
Right.
Third. So I am fucking ready to be, if they're going to institute the King of Ireland again, I am willing to assume the role. I make a great king, I think.
I think you're just full of shite.
They could say that. I don't think I'll be offended. I'd be all right with that. I wouldn't be offended. I
We
wouldn't.
should take a poll on the podcast. Anybody from Ireland?
Well, there
Give us
used
your
to be.
thoughts.
If you're in Ireland, one of your cousins is coming back to be king.
You didn't have a monarchy
It's only
there. That's the problem.
James.
That's what you missed over there. You know, the Republic is great. There's a lot of great things you did. You did ensure, your independence from Britain, at least the southern part. Maybe not the northern part.
Maybe not.
But if I came back, I'd bring it. Well, I can't say that because they went to war. Thousands of people died. I guess I maybe shouldn't say any of that shit. Boy, that's kind of dark.
Yeah.
I mean, well, now you're going to have a little problem soon with Brexit, right?
Maybe winters.
Know about Brexit, right?
Yeah, Brexit.
They got Northern Ireland's part of the United Kingdom.
Yes.
And when Brexit occurs, Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, which is part of the EU, the biggest problem with Brexit is what to do with the border of the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Because they were all in the EU, it was just, you're going from Delaware to Maryland. No big fucking deal, right? But now you're going into another country. They were in a federation. Now they're going out of the federation. And that's what they're calling a hard border. And a hard border isn't a guy that lives in your house who always is taking Viagra. You like that?
Yes.
I did that. I did that on the fucking fly.
Oh my God.
You motherfuckers, you better appreciate it.
You're so witty.
Thank you. A hard border is going to be a problem with that.
I'm
and
not
many
sure.
of the predictions, like guys sell my intellect cheaply, like with the Uber Eats thing. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
We did the article in September, or we did the episode in September. Uber eats everything. We actually did it in late August, and it was released in September. And I mentioned that the business model was untenable. Now articles are coming out in Forbes, Wall Street Journal, that the concept, this gig economy, the concept that you can run a third-party app to siphon off 15 to 30% of the profit from an existing restaurant to pay for your service and keep that viable because it's growing right now. It's growing. People are using it. Now, if funding keeps on going through and the IPOs are released and they get more money and they keep on doing it, some of these big companies, they're going to have to start cutting corners. And what they're going to start cutting corners on is the quality of food. It's going to be the quality of food.
Yeah,
you're
because
get.
the profit margins in any restaurant are
If you're
not
making
30%.
50%,
Oh, no, no,
if you're
no.
making
If you're
15%,
making
if you're
15%,
making 50%, if your profit is 15%,
You're doing well.
you're
Yes.
successful.
Yep.
You are successful.
Yep.
So that's the lowest. So
The
when
highest
people
loss is
think
food costs,
volume
or food loss.
equals profit, that is not true. Because I've read some additional articles, and now there's some companies, smaller, mid-range or small franchises with 50 or 30 to 50 restaurants have ditched them, and they realized even though their volume went down, their profit stayed the same.
Yep.
So, and they didn't even engage what their employee satisfaction was. Because imagine the employee of the restaurant is not making more money because they're putting out more food. They're working harder for the same amount of money because you're not getting shit in a restaurant. The money, that extra money is going to, and I do not begrudge a delivery man. I'm not blaming them. And I'm not blaming the person that created the app. Because that's like the fucking derivative thing. Where the stock market allows you, someone created a financial tool to be able to invest against a downside or short selling of stock. That when you lose money, you can still recover your losses. That's a loophole. It shouldn't be there. There shouldn't be an ability to to gain on the downside. You never could do that before. And that's what brokers always did. Brokers did it because when every trade, you got paid for a trade, whether it was selling at a loss or selling for a gain. You didn't make any more as a broker. I mean, I didn't take my series. I think it's called a Series 7. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
A Series 7. I understand. That's what brokers did. They got paid for the trade.
Hold on a second, Jim.
Yeah.
Do I have my Asperger's face on?
Yes.
Because you're talking math and numbers. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
lost.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
See, I realize now I have a knack for I have a really good knack, and I think that's my historical background, for getting the big picture. I can miss that social cue that I said something wrong to someone. I can miss that. But if you put a big picture in front of me, fucking I'll pick that up. I'm a stone cold motherfucker when it comes to stuff like that. I'm starting to appreciate that intelligence in me. Everyone should know that. They have theirs. Not about me.
It's
about
not
themselves.
about you.
They should know not about me, about themselves. Everyone should know their particular skill they have. And you believe it or not, almost everyone has a skill that they're very good at, And if you never get the opportunity, some guys have a thing about looking at girls or listen to music and they see the notes. And they know what's going to come up next. Some people have the skills of being able to pick up languages. Math skills. They see all these things. I mean, it's amazing. Cooking. People can tell what flavor is going to blend together, what different ingredients will interact with each other in a positive or contributory fashion. But in this case, it's only recently that I realized the one thing I do know is I'm a big picture guy. It doesn't make me better than anybody else. That's my thing. I realize it now. Argument. You want to say right or wrong? I mean, I just say, what's your thing?
Hell if I know.
Have you found yours yet? Like what you're particularly good at? I'm saying I'm particularly good at getting a big picture. If you give me enough information about something, I could get a big picture on it. For like technology, I'm not an engineer, but I think I can think supply chain. If you talk about like electric vehicles and things like that, you can think, all the way down, not just
you're picking apart every step.
Picking apart each step, thinking about where the weakest link is, where it's going, what's it going to be. Right now it's infrastructure, it's charging infrastructure. I realize that's a problem. But the other thing is cost of ownership, and then people are going to think of maintenance. And I realize with the cost of ownership and coming down and infrastructure catching up, that's going to change things. People don't see that. That's fine. They don't see the trend. They don't see the trending down here when we were talking about, what was that, a couple weeks ago, about the king tide. We had the arguments with people and stuff like that, and you got to say, I know. And saying people to think we should pay, an argument with someone, to pay for retrofitting the roads. If you really believe that we should retrofit the roads, you have to embrace the model that it's going to get worse.
Well, one would think, right?
But they can't embrace that it's going to get worse. The narrative they're starting to embrace is that the roads are sinking.
So this is what happened, is that down Ellen,
Yep.
on the front side of Ellen, at the very end, down by Shaw,
Okay.
and then all the way
Which
back
is roads.
to Adams.
Jenna's
they live
talking
on
about
Ellen.
roads.
But
Jenna's talking
yes,
I'm
talking about
trying to
roads.
give background.
Yes. I always do that to you.
Yeah. You got to give background on it. These are two roads on the bay side of
Key Largo. That basically have canals or canal front homes that lead directly into Blackwater Sound. So these streets are constantly flooded, especially with king tide, constantly flooded. And this is salt water. You're damaging your vehicles. You're damaging everything. You have to drive through that. It's all salt water. So I had said to one of the other real estate agents that I've been dealing with since my house is on the market, they were like, oh, well, the county just approved that they're going to raise all those roads.
What about the houses?
I said, well, what about the houses? Because you're still going to have a yard full of salt water.
You got to park your car somewhere.
Right. Where are you going to park your car? You going to pack your car in the street? Because now you got a higher road. Now you're just going to let all the water pool into the yards. Now it's not going to go into the road. Now it's
the stilt homes you could do.
Well, they are stilt homes.
You know what?
But their yards are still going to be
No. But the stilt homes, what you do is there a business opportunity to be made for the people that are willing to throw good money away on a losing proposition. There's boat lifts. Why not fucking car lifts? Why not putting a track up to put your car up, to drive it in your yard on a raised road, and then when you get underneath, you raise your car up, you put it. I'm just saying it's just the fucking way it's going to be.
As you get underneath, though, your car's still going to be covered in salt water. I mean, you drive underneath your house.
No, I said a car lift.
All right, but you're going to have to also, you got to lift it from the street. You
got to put a ramp up and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, really,
you got to ramp your.
So basically,
your driveway.
what it is that they're gonna end up. FEMA will remap that area.
Maybe there's a way.
Everybody will have to add fill to their yards. They're going to have to build up everything to be equal to the road, and then they're going to have to raise all their seawalls. I mean, you're talking about multi-million dollars.
No,
concrete.
But you know what's so funny about that stuff when they do it? If every place in the world was advanced as the United States and Northern Europe and every place decided to do it, it would just raise the rate of sea level rise because it wouldn't be going anywhere.
Yeah.
If every place had it, if you just raise, you know, it's just they don't fucking understand it. You go like this. Oh, we'll just do this, and go. They're doing it without. And so we're not going to do anything to treat the causal nature of the problem.
This is Jim's ability to break down every single step, all the way back down to the bottom.
All the way down. Why not?
Right. So if there's an average of 32 million gallons of water sitting in people's streets.
Even if you built the streets,
right.
And you negated not having a flooded, okay, your yard's going to be flooded. You're going to have you stupid thing. You're going to park your car in your flooded yard.
Right, yeah.
Okay. What happens when it goes up another 8 inches?
Right.
Redo the street. You keep on pouring fucking good money after bad. You know, good money after bad. Keep on putting fucking money. And then eventually when it gets in your living room, what are you going to do?
Right.
Well, we're going to do a gill transplant. We're going to get like a manatee and make a hybrid.
We could.
Hybrid baby. Hey, listen, let's take a break right now.
Okay.
We're at 21 minutes.
He's about to reproduce with manatees.
I'm going to reproduce. I'm going to make a hybrid human manatee.
Manatee love. It's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to say that about autistic people. Okay.
Whether you're one of our regular visitors to the Florida Keys or you can't wait to visit for the first time, you'll want to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the Florida Keys. To learn all the secrets, tips, and the stuff we don't talk about to anyone but each other, visit 43keys.com. Sign up for our newsletter and never miss any of the exciting things we have planned for you. That's 43 Keys, the number 4, the number 3, keys.com.
Hey, we're back. And, we had a lively discussion during the break. And we talked about cursive. And what did I say the title was? The
world's greatest cunt.
World's greatest cunt. But there was on Facebook, there was a beautiful picture of a girl posting a picture of her sweater with a loose kind of open
neckline,
blue, pink.
Like a V neckline.
Pink, cashmere sweater with a circular stole around it.
Which is furry.
Furry. For a brunette, I guess. And it looked like a vagina. It certainly did. And she says, does this sweater make me look like a cunt? And we were I think that the using of the word, if you were British,
that's normal.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously maybe the Queen wouldn't use that language and stuff like that.
Of course.
But in more middle income and working class areas.
I would say that in the UK, they use the word cunt like we would use the word pussy.
Yeah, you can say pussy.
Or asshole even. I mean,
right.
Yeah, no. But, I mean, cunt,
right.
Saying cunty or anything like that, the removing the power from the word and saying.
It is a nasty word.
Yeah.
It is a nasty word.
Well, when you reply it to someone.
Right.
Like that, but in British, go and say, "Don't act so cuntish or cunty or anything like that."
Is it like moist?
They're not.
Moist.
No. I don't think they. I don't know the meaning that because if you're saying someone's being an asshole,
like you're being an asshole.
I know, but what? Break it down.
Right. Like
what is an asshole?
I don't think they're going to break it down. I think they just.
It's just their slang.
It's your part.
Slang, and it's
their slang. A dick.
It's used for
a dick is not innately bad.
No.
What's some obviously? I mean, the movies I've seen, some women practically gobble those things down. Just no.
Vagidenti.
Yeah, they love them.
It's like
why would that be in a dick?
They have little mirrors.
Why would a dick be bad?
Check out
Do you remember calling someone a boob?
A boob? I
mean, that was like I guess that was the worst word.
What was your favorite?
In 1938, Gone with the Wind. Big controversy. Clark Gable. Controversy. No, Clark Gable. Frankly, my dear Scarlett, I don't give a damn. And people were horrified that Clark Gable uttered that.
Said
in the
damn.
movie said damn.
Yeah.
And here we are discussing the merits of saying cunt, asshole, dick, vagina. I mean, vagina. We should have been able to say that for all along.
Well, I mean, that is
the vaginal canal.
That is technically the biological term.
Penis.
For
you can say
parts.
penis.
You
I mean,
can say
I almost
penis.
someone like 30 years ago, before the show. What was the show? The police show that they started cursing on a lot. The one with Christ.
I have no idea, but you have my mind jumping all over the place. What were the first words that were like listed as the ones you cannot say?
Well, George Carlin. Seven dirty words.
Okay, 7 dirty words. Cunt,
fuck, cunt, dick, asshole,
motherfucker.
tit, motherfucker, fucker, fuck. I don't think
No, I think
motherfucker
it was-
because that's a
no, it was like
combination word.
It was something.
It was the 7 words.
It was 7 words.
The 7. Jenna, do a quick search.
I'm knowing. I'm
Jenna,
looking. I'm
search
looking.
it. Thank you.
I
Search.
know it. I know
Jenna,
it.
search.
7 words.
You're like Google. You're like Alexa.
I'm like
Jenna,
Google.
search. Search. I want to know when
Cunt.
cunt was.
Shit, fuck. Cunt.
George Carlin, 7 words.
Motherfucker.
7 words. Here we go.
The 7 dirty words. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
And tits. See, okay. Well, I think we were close there. Yeah. Why cocksucker?
Cocksucker.
Why not cock?
I don't know. Cocksucker.
You mean chicken? Like ass. You can mean donkey.
7 words you can never say on television. No, it's not necessarily what the actual censorship people said.
No, but they still
This is
can't.
George Carlin's words.
They really can't say that on anything controlled by the FCC. We're not controlled by the FCC. I guess
fuck,
maybe we
cunt,
are
cocksucker,
somewhat
motherfucker.
consider where you have to check explicit. Because if we didn't check explicit.
Well, you did, didn't you? You checked explicit.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I do. I
Yeah.
think I do. I always try to. But you know what? Fucking you motherfucking cunts should be checking this.
Right? Good
You
God.
motherfucking cunt cocksuckers, because they should be checking
At this
out
point,
the
if
content.
you don't
we
know
threw.
there's cussing on there,
Yeah, then
Get
you're
the
an
fuck outta
asshole.
here.
Then you're an asshole.
He did this in 1972.
I know. Well, that
This
was
is awesome.
Oh well, hey, you got to remember, man. Weed was like king.
George
Yeah,
Carlin.
yeah, he was kind of out there in
Yeah, yeah, 72.
Oh, that guy's
I didn't
awesome.
hear that. I heard that in 1975 when I was
Seriously?
13
on
years
the
old.
album. When you actually bought albums,
Albums.
of the
Albums.
concerts.
Yeah,
I
they
had
had.
an album.
I'll tell you, children. We used to buy albums, and we used to buy Cheech and Chong, Steve Martin. I remember when Steve Martin, when comedians were king. Steve Martin was on the Tonight Show, and he came out on roller skates, dressed as King Tut, to sing his song King Tut.
I bought that 45.
Oh, that was fucking great. I could do. I
that was
remember
hilarious.
most of the song right now. King Tut. Something. I grew up on the Nile, King Tut. I ate a crocodile, King Tut. I flew into Miami, or something like that, or something. And,
Hey, it made us laugh back then.
oh, it was
My
great.
mom was a belly dance, obviously, instructor, right?
Belly dance instructor?
My mother was a very well-known belly
40
belly-
years ago? How old's your mom now?
How old is my mom? She's 71.
Oh,
She's
my
about to be
God.
72.
She was like super. She was a girl.
My mom
Oh
was
my God,
actually
when I was-
she was ridiculous.
dancer, dude.
Yeah, she was ridiculously hot. Like
Undulating
it sucked.
Torso.
Like all the guys in
I don't mean
school were
was.
like,
She's hot. I meant to say she's
how's your
hot.
mom doing? I'm
Gloria.
like, oh, shut up. Yeah, Gloria. Yeah, you freaking hot ass. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, mom was a belly dance instructor, as well as aerobics. So depending on the day of the week, depending on if we were at like the Civic Center or the local high school or wherever she was teaching,
Yeah.
and the 45s, I was in charge of the music. And I would have to tell
Oh,
them.
you had to switch
I
to
was
40.
little. I was like 5.
Oh, they
maybe
didn't have
4.
tapes then?
No.
5.
I was
How
born
old are
in
you? How old are you
76.
now?
I'm 43.
They had cassettes.
Well, not there. I mean, we took like the fold up.
I probably did.
I had a cassette.
You know-
I had a micro cassette. No, I had a regular cassette in 1978.
Yeah.
I bought it for $50. I saved up $50 back then.
Now-
that's a big.
Was it,
We
was
did-
it a Panasonic?
Yes, it was
We did have those
with a
later,
radio
though.
built
We
in. And
had-
you could. I used to record all my music off the radio on it. I'm sorry, I
We
didn't mean to
used
say.
the cassettes when we went on the parades. because there was a lot of parades, all the local parades. The Aquatennial Parade we were in every year, which is big in Minneapolis, and the the Renaissance Festival we performed at every year.
What year?
Every year from I can remember, I had custom made melody.
I thought Renaissance was like 80s, but
no. The Renaissance Festival is like set back to medieval times, which of course you have belly.
No. What I meant is, I didn't think Renaissance stuff started until the 80s.
No, well, maybe, yeah, because I was born in '76.
Okay,
right?
Okay, cool.
But we would have like the boombox and all that. Oh, what's the other one? The Festival of Nations was the other one that we always did. Festival of Nations. It's everywhere. It's still going on. Where you could go to like this huge, convention center, have the festival, and then you could go eat Greek food or Lebanese food or try all these different things.
In this state, young lady, we call that Disney World.
Disney World, possibly. But we did all those. So when we did those big festivals, we had like the boombox with the tapes, with the pre-recorded songs that we'd have to stick on there in order for all the dance routines.
They weren't live productions?
Not with
joking.
Not with that music.
Joking.
Well, they were when I played the Boontech drum because I had
what?
I play a Boontech drum.
Let me. What? You're blowing my mind.
My mother is Lebanese.
Yeah.
Right, but with a big Pakistani kind of background. It's like a gypsy-ish kind of background. So
what's this instrument?
A Boontech drum. You set it between your legs. It's the shape of a shapely woman. So it has like lambskin on the top, and it's made out of ceramic. You know what a Boontech drum looks like.
Is it like a bongo?
No, but I can play those too.
Does it have like a?
It's one very big drum, and at the very edge of the lip of the drum is where the skin is pulled really, really tight. So that's where you get your high pitched, and then you would, bang the drum in the middle
like
to get the
bongo.
low pitch.
It's a hand played.
Yes,
a bongo with a figure.
But a Boontech drum, the circular top of the Boontech drum is probably. So,
can you walk with that?
If you had a strap to it, yes, and you could walk it
with
clean on the side.
The poontang? I mean the boom.
The poontang drum. I would sit. I would sit.
I did that on purpose.
I would
apologize.
sit with it and put it between my legs because, of course, it was.
Okay. That's appropriate.
It was shapely.
Would be
and then I would play it in between my legs.
Poontang cover drum.
It's the poontang cover drum. My mom still has the drum. I broke it.
Go.
I dropped it a couple times. She had to fix it, and she. Yeah.
You had to get a lamb's stomach to recover
the
it?
top never tore. I just broke the ceramic on the side a couple times. I was little. It was heavy.
My brother used to have to play the glockenspiel.
The glockenspiel?
Oh,
yeah.
for fuck's sake.
I know. That's very Germanic.
And then
even though we weren't.
Cymbals, the finger cymbals. Have you ever seen those? Right? Like the belly dancers
Yeah.
use?
Ding, ding, ding.
Right. So you have one on your thumb and one on your middle finger.
Yeah.
And I had to have custom-made ones that were small enough.
Really?
Because my hands are so tiny, which they still are. But the circumference of it.
You do that while she's dancing?
Both. You do that when you dance, and you play the drum when you're not dancing. You just do all of it.
Sometimes on the fucking show, I think we should be doing that. We got to bring that.
I could actually teach you how to do the.
I want to see Jim belly dance.
I can
traumatize me some more.
I can.
Wait.
I can.
Wait. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it.
Put a big
what
giant
I'm saying,
pearl in his
we got to play. I'd like to have one of those like beat. Use that.
The Boontech.
Boontech
drum.
Yeah,
it actually has
a beat poetry. Like what's his name? The guy that did On the Road. Who's the guy on the road from the 50s? Kerouac. And do kind of like beat poetry. I want to fucking do some beat poetry. We're going to do some beat poetry.
I was running down the street. Boom, 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 boom.
And kind of like a Charles.
And a bird shit on my head.
No, I'm going to do a Charles. I can channel Charles Bukowski.
So my mother.
My beer drunk Christmas tree.
FG, if you are listening, get your butt down here so we can teach Jim how to play the cymbals and the Boontech drum and show him how to properly.
I think if I could do meditations, do fucking meditation with it, like a drinking meditation, and maybe I think we
you're taking the fun out of it. I really want to put you in a skirt, show you how to move your hips.
What's his?
I'm having.
Wait. Have I ever asked anybody to put them in a position where they might feel humiliated.
No, this is not actually humiliating. It's actually really empowering if you learn
It's
how
empowering?
to. Yeah, because you
If
would
I
never
put on a skirt and a bra like
okay,
that,
we'll get you a kilt.
We'll get you a
It'll
kilt.
feel
You can
better.
you can dance
That
in a
would be
kilt. That's
fun.
fine. It's actually
you know what?
a
I realize
completely
what's going
different-
on here. I'm
it's-
not like once again. Remember what I told you earlier. I see the big fucking picture.
The big thing is that it's a completely different way of moving your body, and most people don't realize what that is. So if you were to think that you're going to go out there and dance and you're just going to shake your whole thing,
No,
it's really not.
I kind of realize
It's-
that
it's-
the motion. I recall the motion of how they do it, and they do have the base of their spines are very flexible. I went in for an adjustment last week. I went to Dr. Leslie.
Yes, she's my
And
doctor.
She's awesome, and she's great. And you know what? Tell her next time we mention her.
I know. I will.
And she realigned me, and I started thinking about my alignment. My problem is not putting my body in different positions. My problem is putting my body in the right position.
It's not even what I'm talking about. It's not like you're putting your body in different positions that you would ever imagine. It's isolating certain movements, is what it is.
Why do the
So if you
PB
could
dance?
imagine,
The PB dance?
like
With
yeah,
the penis
but
pops up
but
and down?
if you do the pee dance, are your shoulders still?
I can isolate my shoulder.
Can you hold your shoulder still while
I
you
do
the
that with
pee
my
dance?
ears too.
As Jim is moving his ears, it's really cool. Bellity. It's not. People call
I
it
move my
belly
ears.
dance.
I realize I
but
can
it's-
move my ears without moving my
But
head.
it's called Bellity, which is a Middle Eastern
Bellity?
dance. Bellity. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
So it's not actually called belly
Don't
dance.
worry, you're safe. It's only for cunts.
And it's
Oh God.
and it's not customary to
Look at
actually reveal
Papa
your
Joe's not
measure.
drinking at all. He's just throwing those words out, drinking his Mexican Coke.
It's the theme.
You
It's
have
the
to
theme.
do it.
Oh,
have to do
I just to let you know, Abby sold that soda in there, and Abby never drinks soda.
Did she have one?
Yes,
Good for her.
she goes and looks at. So it said in Eco Mexico, right?
It's what?
Made in Eco
In
Mexico.
Mexico. See?
Yeah, made in Mexico, and Eco in Mexico, and I'm sorry, I got it all screwed up and stuff. My shitty Spanish, my cunty Spanish. What was the name of that word? The
Bicho
smelly-
feo.
Bicho feo.
Bicho feo.
My good friends of ours who listen to the show, Tyler and Missy. They heard it.
Did
Bicho
they?
feo, and he was stationed he's in the Coast
Puerto
Guard
Rico.
in Puerto Rico.
Oh, my God.
And he heard that a bunch of times.
See, and he knew it, right?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knew it.
Bicho feo.
Bicho.
Bicho feo.
Bicho.
And I have a friend who's Puerto Rican and works at the restaurant, but I couldn't remember
Oh.
how to say it, so I didn't want to go up and ask him what this. How do you say smelly pussy? I wanted to go up and say bicho feo, and I said I'm going to say something, but I mean little bug,
Ugly bug.
Ugly bug.
ugly bug. But does it mean something different to you? And he's smart enough where he would not get offended. I'm almost certain of it. Almost certain of it. I mean, first of all, yeah, the guy, I'm certain.
So you
He's like
didn't
one
say
of,
it to him?
He's one of the coolest guys I know
Because you didn't say it to him?
because I couldn't
'Cause you
remember the
couldn't
words.
remember. I'll write
I
it
could
down.
barely remember shit that
I'll-
I say. Like
see.
when at the end of the show, I could barely remember. in
What
the
we
show
talked
notes.
about 10
Yeah, I
minutes
got to
ago.
go and listen to it
Yeah.
and then write in the show notes. And then I try to pitch it. I'm going like this. How do I pitch it? The gang speaks about it. I think next one I'm going to say. I don't know. I need to figure out this shit. I don't know. So we're almost 40 minutes, so we can. Oh, Rosenberg
Rosenberg.
hamburger. You heard about that one?
No, you were going to touch base on that one.
I don't know if it's even interesting fucking enough to say it. But some people go, "What's the significance of Rosenberg hamburger?" I go, well, "It's just a fucking name. It's like the Southwest. It's not from the Southwest. The cow wasn't probably from. It's probably from Canada or Australia or something like that. But I go like this. Well, you know the people in the 1950s that were convicted of espionage were selling secrets to the Soviets on the hydrogen bomb. You know who they were? I said no, they were Rosenbergs. And what we do is we use the cheese they really like, brie, fried brie, and put it on them. And we make the burger, we wrap it in blueprints for a hydrogen bomb. The Rosenbergs. And they were executed this week. Over 50 years ago. And they go, really? That's morbid. And I go, and that's what I just fucking made up. I don't know what it is. It's just a fucking name. And I said it to them, and they go, well, why do you have to make up this elaborate story? I go, that's what I fucking do to get through the day.
It's interesting.
To be able to talk to you. You know what? What do you think I'm going to say? What's Rosenberg? It's from a region of France that makes a brie. Or it's Stacey Rosenberg, a girl I used to screw in high school that she really liked brie on her hamburger.
I would have a Rosen cheeseburger.
Her name was Rosen. She got.
Her name was Rose.
Rosen.
And
Rosen.
she got.
No, she was very loose, and she had lots of sex, and it turned into Rosen.
She had a lot of resin.
Rosenburger.
So she had they beat
It's
it up a lot.
Rosenberger.
So it
It's
was
like
Rosenberger.
Oh,
That's a
God, man,
Rosenberger.
it's such an unappetizing view of that.
That's what I'm saying. It's a Rosenberger.
Oh my God, that's
Hey,
flappy.
honey. Hey, baby, you got you a Rosenberger.
That's like ham flaps.
I thought those
Ham
were
flaps.
beef
It's like
flaps.
beef flaps.
Beef flaps. I think that's called a sloppy pussy.
That's called uninviting.
Oh my
is what
God!
that's called.
Back to the cunt.
Right back to the cunt.
It's
Right
the
back to
theme
the
of
The episode
damn
of this
episode.
is world's greatest cunt.
We do say that a lot. Well, like I said, we're not because we're not on the public airways. We're on the internet. We're able to stipulate like that. This is explicit. We can say cunt, balls, ass hair.
You could say co-cunt.
We could say
Like
taint.
that happened to me at work.
We could say
One of my
painted taint.
one of my not so literate
Rusty
salespeople.
Rusty
typed
trombone.
in
How
to
about a
this
rusty trombone?
rusty trombone.
You know a rusty trombone?
Isn't that the one where they like wipe the nose? With
No, that's a Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
When you take rusty trombone is when you're blowing in someone's asshole while you're jerking them off.
Why is it rusty?
Because your rusty's the blowing in the asshole.
Because
That's
it's
rusty.
poop. Because it's poop.
Poop.
'Cause it's poop and it's
and
brown.
you're jerking them off. So that's the trombone,
Oh.
the rusty trombone.
Make elephant sounds.
It's more like a bugle though, rusty bugle though.
Depends how well you do it.
It's not like that. It's not like you're gonna have a slide going out like 8 inches.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Unless you bring a toy.
Yeah, I mean, and a rusty trombone would not. It does
A
not
trombone.
accurate-
Now it's a strombone.
Now we're in Italy. Hey, it's a rusty
It's a
Rusty
trombone.
trombone. Oh, rusty! I know. I had a couple beers.
I
Come
know,
on, give me a
it's so
break.
funny.
Rusty
okay, so
Stromboli.
I had a salesman enter in
saw-
Coconut Grove as a city, which is Coconut Grove, right, in
Yeah,
Florida. And I
Coconut.
printed out 42 documents that said Coconut Grove on it. And then I had to like quickly turn my computer screen once I realized the error, fix everything, and reprint 40 some pages of this guy's loan documents just because everything said
that's
Coconut Grove all over
That's the well, you have the cunt and you have the co-cunt.
Right, so he's a co-cunt.
That's two angry
yeah,
lesbians.
It was very like it's co-cunt. I want to stay away from that city. Anyway,
Or two, what do they call them? Karens?
I
Are they called Karens?
don't
now?
know.
They can be.
You ever hear Karens?
Well, Karen's the one that asks for the manager, right?
I'm talking when you have a haircut.
The haircut
and
with
I
the-
did the fucking haircut. Did you take a picture? Did you get a good picture of the haircut?
I did, but you have to move your beer out of the way so I can get one more. And this
One
time,
more?
I want you to smile, and I want you to not itch your nose. Because last time I kept trying to take pictures
my
while you were
finger
itching.
up. Are
No.
you talking about the finger up the nose? Hello.
Are you going to smile this time?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, yeah. See, every time you take a picture of him, it looks like his eyes are closed. You have to time it perfectly to make sure that his eyes
Was it
are
right?
closed. Yeah, I got it.
It's crazy. Okay.
Okay, so we have to touch base on one other thing.
What?
Because, like we have palm trees here, right?
Yeah. Oh,
like
the
very,
coconut
very,
fucking-
very, very tall palm trees. So you have to hire people to come and knock down all your coconuts, right? Because those coconut palms will drop onto your house and have a metal roof. So when one coconut, even if it's the size of a lemon, drops from 15 feet up, lands on the top of your house, and then rolls off, it's loud in there. It's like, boom! One coconut is super loud. Little one. But if you get a regular size coconut, which would be the size of a football, yeah. I mean, they're heavy.
Dent your roof?
And put little dents in it. But they're filled with coconut water. So they're so heavy, it's ridiculous. So, of course, we have an open house on the house on Thursday, and we're like, we got to get all these coconuts down because it's going to, land all over the house. What if somebody's in here, and all of a sudden it sounds like the entire
Boom!
house is going to implode while they come to
What
look
the
at
fuck?
it, right? So we hired the same coconut guys that we did a year and a half ago when we bought the house. And they come back in, and they are working on getting all the coconuts down. And I stopped home on my lunch break, make sure I paid them and got everything done. And the one tree that we have literally leans over the top of the house. So you can't really get
Who's
them
the cunt that
all,
planted that one?
right? Well,
Use that again.
Who's the cunt that didn't tie it up straight? So
Yeah.
it grows up and then it tips over the top of the house. So that's the one where they were like, oh, we got to get every single coconut down. And he even said, he was like, these are going to hit the house on the way down. I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. Well, my dog, Hoagie, is 10 years old and he's in the house and you can't let him out because he's barking at all his helpers, all the people that were picking up coconuts and picking up palm fronds. So my poor animal is hiding in the fetal position under a bed earlier today when I came into the house because they're dropping 72 coconuts that are literally like this.
Hoagie, you know what? If you don't want a day off, I'll come and get Hoagie. I'll take him over my house.
So,
I was going to bring Roxy over tonight.
Oh, he probably would have liked that.
Well, no, because Roxy gets along with boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's
not
old
that
too, right? She's an old puppy too, right?
Oh, they would probably get along.
Probably.
Oh my God, they probably hang out together.
So poor Hoagie
was
he was
I'm gonna bring my
hiding,
puppy over.
He was hiding under a bed when I went in to say goodbye to him to go back to work. Mind you, I didn't tell my husband
I'm
this
bringing
yet.
over Roxy.
But when I got home from work for my lunch break, I took out a chicken pot pie so that I could microwave it and give myself something to eat. And I never got that far. I left it on the counter. I went back outside and I had to help these guys with all the coconuts and I had to give them a ladder.
Gone?
So I rushed, went back to work, never ate, and then came home after work tonight and you had already let Hoagie out and he was so excited. So when I went in the house to go use the bathroom, I realized that my entire box that surrounds the pot pie was shredded and on the couch, and he had eaten the entire frozen pot pie that I left on the counter, which was my fault.
Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Right?
I would have done
he was
it.
like, fuck it, I'm going to eat that
I would
shit.
have done the same thing, yeah.
So, it was me that was a complete jerk, but as a way, I felt like, you know what? You were hiding under the bed in the fetal puppy position earlier when 72 coconuts landed on the house. He probably thought the place was exploding. And I didn't even get mad about it.
You know what? I don't think
pot pie.
I don't think it's I don't think it's a function of the dog not being smart enough. Because you're locked in the house, you have no fucking idea what's going on.
Right.
You don't know what. Hey, Hoagie, come on out here. This is what we're going to do. We're cutting down these things. This is what's dropping on the roof. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah. The guys wouldn't
We're
actually
going to have
even
a
let
Popeye
me
here, and you're going to do that.
and he's an animal. So I mean, his natural reaction is to be like, ooh, that's food, I'm going to eat it. So I always tell Tyler the same thing when he gets mad at Hoagie for doing something bad.
I don't
I'm
mean
like,
to be cunty. We're going to have to end this right now.
Yeah, don't be a cunty.
We were
But
just talking about Coke cunts nuts.
it was Coke hunts. All of the Coke hunts scared the shit out of the dog, and then the dog was cunt and ate my pot pie, and that's just was the events of the day. It was
We reached
it's a cunty day.
We reached the limit of
But
the cuntiness.
I think we need to get a cake of our own that says that we are the world's greatest cunts.
I think so. That's a cunty thing to say.
Right?
Okay. I'd like to thank Papa Joe.
Okay.
And Jenna,
Hello.
we'll be back next
Goodbye.
week. Goodbye.